Hey there viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. That's a 2015 Ford Escape, just like the one we did the other day that needed the battery. I think that was a little newer. This one also needs a battery, and the customer tried to do it themselves and got to a point where they said, this ain't working, we need a tow truck. So they got it towed here. They elected to use the method that most of you mentioned in that video that I did, where I showed how to do it using, well, doing it the way Ford would tell you to do it in service data, which is to, remove the air cleaner and slide it out the front. A lot of folks said that, they elect to do them this way, where you pull the wiper cowl off and, just take the battery right out in, 10 seconds. So that's what this guy looked like he was doing. I see the cowl and everything sits on the front seat. The only downside is he didn't have a new negative battery cable, and this one's all corroded. As a matter of fact, the whole top of the battery's busted. So I figured we can, even though this is already tore apart when it came in, it can show people the alternative way to get the battery out, I guess. So I don't know what came first, the chicken or they maybe got back here and got really upset, and this is where it ended up, but we need to see about getting this terminal off here. I'm hoping that we can go just like that. Let's cut the lead. So there's the, oops, you guys are all zoomed in. There's the battery current sensor. There's what's left of the battery terminal. So this is just one big blob of corrosion. Not uncommon on these Escapes. As a matter of fact, they make aftermarket cables, like Dorman makes one. But to be honest, they're cheaper to buy from Ford than they are to buy aftermarket. So if you run into this and you need a new current sensor and negative battery cable, get it from Ford. That way you get an OEM part. A, it works, B, it fits, and C, it's cheaper than aftermarket. So I had already gone out in the parking lot and unplugged this connector because I wanted to see how bad the acid got after it, which the answer is not too bad. It's salvageable. The positive battery doesn't look terrible. It was on here, it was just loose. I just lifted it off before Mrs. O and I dragged it in here with Big Bear. Oh, she must have left it neutral. So here's the little bit of the dilemma, is we gotta get this little guy out, which typically you would just tip it and pull it. Okay, I just wanna make sure nothing's gonna leak out the battery. So there's what the battery looks like. Like I say, I don't know if this was broke or if he had broke it, or what the series of events that led up to where it is, but it ain't good, dude. Some kind of a piece of plastic off of something. It was just laying in the bottom of the box. Usually pretty good at this. I don't know where this goes or what it goes to. So we need to kind of hose this out. There's junk in there, liquid here, could be battery acid. So we'll hose this out, and then we'll get the new battery in. We'll get the new cable in. I'll end up changing them both. This one really doesn't look too bad. I think we can just clean this one up, and we'll send that one back, the positive one that I got, and then that way there you don't have to tear any of this stuff apart. And then I'll show you a potential problem of doing it this way, which is putting your wiper blades back on. But I'll show you the trick, which is a really easy trick. Here we go. Yeah. The solution to the pollution is dilution. Huh? I just made that up. It's probably true in most cases. Just using some hot water, just kind of diluting whatever kind of concoction is down here. You could elect to use whatever you like. There is a drain in the bottom of this battery box. I think we're doing a fine job. Drizzle out on the floor. We'll blow it all out of there. We'll get that positive terminal cleaned up. Customer supplied battery, so we will install it. There's that. Let me go see if I can find the battery strap. There's parts and pieces in the car. one that has a little donger on it. Remember? Goes over this way. It's got a little notch that goes into. I found this, which appears to be something. There's not many pieces in the car. I found a Ziploc bag amongst all the stuff. It has lots of nuts and bolts and such in it. We're looking for both of these nuts. These ones right here. Let's go get us a 10 mil. We'll zippy zap those down. I think there's supposed to be more to it than this thing. Who knows? I don't know how much stuff this was missing when it came in. Perhaps this goes this direction. Yeah, I think this goes back here. Okay, all right, so we'll fit that when we're done. I'll look for more parts. Car's pretty messy. There's that. We'll grab us. It used to be at 13. Doodly-doo-doo. Let me go get the new cable. We'll clean this off now. I couldn't imagine the poor schmuck making a YouTube video that didn't clean this off, the amount of criticism he would get. Now, from the factory, this is completely painted. Where the negative terminal goes is fully painted. The only reason I'm taking the paint off it and making it shiny because we are doing a YouTube video and I don't feel like seeing that comment 750 times. I can't believe he didn't clean that. Here's the Ford part number there, in case you're looking for one. Here is our brand new current sensor. We're going to stick that bad boy right on there. But if you're doing this at home and you don't have means to clean that off, don't worry about it. It's going to get plenty of connection through the clean threads. But again, if you're making a YouTube video, you got to deal with the masses. I didn't say asses, I said masses with an M. Watch this though, we'll see if anybody picks up on this. I ain't gonna wait for you to pick up on it, I'll let you know. So we're using fluid film. Fluid film advertises as being dielectric. And anything that's dielectric, they would also advertise saying it's not good to put in between two electric conductors, aka the clean surface and the cable. Because it's dielectric, it's going to stop the flow of electrons there. But you know, I also don't want it to corrode because I scraped all the paint off it. Same thing with the battery terminal. You know, they would say, anybody with any sense would say that you shouldn't spray them prior to sticking the connection on because it's going to make the connection worse. So do that however you see fit. It does need to be in there so you can gain access to the battery current sensor, so make sure when you're putting that in that you're mindful of the direction of that connector. Tighten this negative one down like so. We'll bring our cable over here into the clamp, and then our battery current sensor is going to come up over the top like that, I think. Or no, maybe the current sensor went in first. I don't know. One way or the other. I don't really know, but I'm going to get some water. We're going to clean this off, make sure that's nice and clean. I guess it doesn't matter the orientation. Big cable on top, small cable on the bottom. There's plenty of room for both in there, so that really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, nothing really matters. I gotta get that sucker. There she goes. I think. No, I thought that clicked on there. Let me get a light so I can see up underneath that thing. Because it has these two retainers right there. There it goes. Yeah, okay, yeah, that clicks on there. One there. It's got the one right Right there. Okay, there we go. Is that going? Yeah, that goes down behind that. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can see where it clicks on. Okay. I assume there's another piece here that goes in front, but I don't remember seeing that in the car. We might have to go do a little more digging through the stuff. Now currently the car is in neutral, I assume. Yeah, Mrs. O didn't throw it in park, so let me go throw it in park. We're gonna use our battery terminal brush here. Go through lots of these things. I think these are Schumacher ones that we buy. All right, that's pretty clean there. Like these ones are pretty stout. And then, you know, you can clean the terminal end also. So let me go make sure it's in park. Grab the key out of it so it doesn't lock on us. Nope, I don't see it. All right, might be an alarm or something. Nope, it's not gonna scare us. But yeah, there should be, I assume, some sort of cover. Oftentimes that stuff's missing by the time, you know, we see the cars and such. All right, there's that. Let's see, do we have a, ooh, that works. I have no idea if this car runs, so let's just see if it fires up here real quick. Step one, it fires up. So that's good. So that's replacing the battery with the cowl off. So let's go ahead and replace that now. I believe it goes this way because here's the two mounting screws for your brake reservoir. So we slip that baby under there, like so. It does have a little alignment pin there on both sides right there. So this appears to use 4 bolts. We have 4 bolts here that are matching. There's that, and then I don't remember if that can go on there. Well, let's wait till we put the top portion of the cowl on, and let me grab that for us. So that's going to come along here. Now, of course, we didn't take this off, so you guys didn't get to see it, but there's all these little plastic clips here that pull straight up and out. One on the end, and they go into the corresponding female half. I can say that in the year 2024. Maybe they just call them a void. It goes down into the void. There's that, and then there's these metal retainer clips. How many of those do you have there, Rocco? We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. They go along here. Usually these can just be pulled off with, you know, a pick. Now you pick, get them in there, you can pick them right out. Pick them right out. You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Or at least you shouldn't. There's that. Oh, this nut and washer that they had in their little baggie, that must have been off the negative terminal. So now we need to go get a Torx bit. Looks like a classic T25 if I had to venture a guess. Lo and behold, I'm right. It is T25. Today's my lucky day. We'll get that started there. These folks are lucky I've taken the cowls off these before. Otherwise, we wouldn't know where any of these nuts and bolts go. There's that there. Of course, torque those to factory specs. Now, the next portion of the job is where when somebody pulls these cowls off and doesn't know zippy zap about how these work, this is where it goes wrong. Because I don't know if you paid attention or not, but the wiper motors, that's over there where you can't see, and the other one over there that you can't see that I'm talking about, they're two individual motors on these things. They're motors with position sensors. It's not a standard wiper transmission. So if you just go putting your wiper arms on willy-nilly, you're gonna get screwed. And when you turn that key on, you're gonna be like, what the just happened? So we'll just kind of zoom in here on the driver's side. I just need to mark a little reference mark on there so you guys can see, you know, like if that's rotating. Let me grab a wiper arm here. And here lies the problem. Now, if I tore this apart, I would have showed you guys this. So we're just gonna put the wiper arm on there, and it's on that stud. You put the nut on, you know, kind of line it up where it needs to be. But look at this. So these Fords, you can put these things anywhere. You know, that whole stud's turning. So let me show you the trick for this. The trick for this is to put these on with the key turned on. When you turn the key on, you're gonna watch that should, if I'm right, go back to wherever its home position is, and it'll be locked there, okay? So let's just take and turn the steering wheel here. Let me flick the key on. So the wiper's on, I shut the wiper off, and it goes back to its home position. And now if I put this on, I can't rotate it, okay? I mean, if I put the nut on there, I could probably force it, but right now it won't rotate. If I shut the key off, so the key's turned off, we can rotate that stud wherever the heck we want. So, you know, if we had put this on, you know, let's say this stud had rotated on us when we took it off, we lined it up, we go in there and turn the key on, this wiper is gonna flip right down under the hood and it's gonna cause some damage. So I guess long story short, before you put your wiper arms on, turn the key on, turn your wipers up on high, shut them back off, and then just leave your key in the on position. Then you can go ahead and reinstall your wiper arms. I'm gonna get the other side. I can't remember if the driver's side, I think the driver's side sits on top of the passenger side arm, but we're gonna get them kind of where they need to be. So hopefully that makes sense now, because I usually mark them when I take them off, but I noticed on the bottom of them they got an RH and an LH, so the right hand is gonna go to the passenger side. And like I said, I believe the right hand one sticks down below. I don't think these have any marks on the window, any alignment marks that I can see, but I think they pretty well sit straight out. Get these lined right up on top of each other. I'm pretty sure that's how they were. We'll double check. So we'll tighten that up before we put the all together here. You step around you. All right, there we go. So we turn the key off, and like I say, with the key off, you can put these things wherever you want on the window. But then here's the problem. I'm just gonna leave them there, and I'm gonna turn the key on, and they go back to their home position. And like I say, with the key on, you know, these are rigid. Yeah, I can probably force it past it, but they're quite rigid. And then, not to beat a dead horse, shut the key off. You can flip these wherever you want. So that's where you can get yourself in trouble, not knowing and taking the wiper cowl off when you don't know that. It's you'll get in trouble when you go to put it back together. Now I know we didn't pull the cowl off, but hopefully this can be used as a supplemental to the other video where we take all the jiggly bits off the front and slide it out. You got 6 in this hand, you got half a dozen in the other. Pick your battle which way you want to do it. If you're gonna pull the cowl or pull the air cleaner box. It doesn't really matter to me, either way. Oh, if you missed that video, I'll link that here on the end screen. So that's it. Questions, comments, concerns down there. Insta, Facebook. Just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.